Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is, whenever you watch this. Hello to you, and thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. I am Cynthia Ovesip, and thank you again. I am so excited to be recording myself and to be doing this because I've been holding it off for a very long time. And I'm excited for finally creating my own platform to share what I have in my heart with anybody who gets to watch this. So please do subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever it is you need to do to show me some loving. Thank you so much. So what is this about and why did I start this? So I started a blog where I talk about mental health and relationship issues. No, I'm not a relationship coach expert, none of that. All I do is I share my personal experiences and I hope for the best. I hope that somebody can learn and be better in life, because at the end of the day, a lot of the depression and anxiety issues, they also come from romantic relationships, and that's where mine came from and a lot of other stuff. So for me, I try to share what I have done to help me on my road to recovery and my road to healing. So I hope my content helps because I try to share things related to relationship issues, things relating to mental health. I also want to talk to you about my journey in marriage so far, my first year of marriage, and how or why they say that the first year of marriage is always the most difficult one. I also want to talk about cross-cultural relationships and all of that because I did marry someone from another country, another tribe, and all of that. And I think there will be many more topics. Not think, I know that there will be many more to share about because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to help every single person that may be going through something. So, what are we going to be talking about today? So today I would like to talk to you about being the best version of yourself. Version. Being the best version of yourself, might as well be a version if if that works. Being the best version of yourself to eventually attract the right person for you. Okay? So I'm saying this because most of the times when people get into relationships or when get into relationships, it's we always hope for the other person to add value to us and for them to be better. But at the end of the day, it's also about what we add to them and how we can make their lives better. That's just how it is. I'm going to give you some tips on how it is that you can become the best version of yourself, okay? This is something that I've tried and I've done because I had this dependency syndrome and I just couldn't be me without other people defining me. It was just a horrible space to live in. But right now, I just want to share some tips on how you can be the best version of yourself, and I'm excited to do that. So stay tuned, okay? So, firstly, you have to know who you are. When you know who you are, you can be yourself, okay? So, when you are yourself, it makes it easy for someone to be not easy, but someone can be attracted to you for who you are. It's so exhausting to try to be someone else. Just know who you are and be that person, because at the end of the day, God has placed something unique in each and every one of us, and it's up to us to discover that and our purpose. And it takes a lot of work to do that. So once you are, put yourself on a journey of self-discovery. Once you are on this journey of self-discovery, oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Find yourself, be yourself, and once you can be yourself, you become so comfortable in your own skin, and when you're comfortable in your own skin, you become confident, and when you're confident, you're just attractive, and woo, nobody can stop you. So another thing is take care of yourself. All right, I don't know how to say this, but you need to bath, shower, be clean, be hygienic. It has a way of making your body, when your body feels like you're taking care of it, it takes care of you. So it doesn't take a lot. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Just take regular baths, especially when you're stressed out. That's something I'm going to talk about at a later stage, how to deal with a stressful situation. It really helps to just take care of yourself by bathing. If your budget allows, take yourself out to, like, on a monthly basis or every 2 weeks, go to the spa, get some spa treatments on your own. Even go to your favorite restaurant and order your favorite meal. Just feel good about it. Just work for your money and feel good about taking care of yourself. it will do wonders for you. I'm telling you, you'll begin to feel independent. It takes you away from the whole dependency syndrome, especially in relationships where you can't live or can't breathe without I can't live. Do you guys know that song? I can actually sing, it's just that my voice is a bit shaky today, but yeah, that's a thing for another day. So another thing is also do stuff that make you happy. By stuff I mean just like what I mentioned: go to the spa, go to your favorite restaurant, play your favorite sport, do things that make you feel happy. And which brings me to my next point: be happy. When you're happy, you release positive energy, and when you release positive energy, you attract positive energy, and when you attract positive energy, good things start happening in your life, which makes you feel more happy, and more good things happen to you, and then you just live a beautiful, blissful life. So why not do that for yourself? Be happy. Find ways to make yourself happy, because when you are happy, you are really, really attractive. I'm telling you, that's why your ex likes to come back or comes back when he sees you happy, because being happy. But I'm not saying go back, because that's obviously a post for another day, but don't go back to him yet. What I'm saying is being happy is attractive, because human beings are more inclined to be around people who make them happy. They really are. Like, who wants to be around people who are sad and grumpy all the time, always complaining and nagging and nobody likes that. So be the ray of sunshine in your own life, and people are attracted to that. But don't do it to attract people. Do it to make yourself feel good. Guys, there is nothing more rewarding than being content and being happy from within. That inner peace is it's amazing. It is amazing. Okay. And also, when you have that inner peace, you can be in a healthier relationship. Honestly, so many people are in toxic relationships because they don't know how to be happy from within. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine tonight, and we are talking about being happy. And and she said, no, I'm happy within. And I was like, I'm excited for you, because that is when you know you have become a strong person. When you get to control, when you get to have your own happiness from within. You don't need anybody else, because at the end of the day, we are out here and nobody else has our back. Like, we got our backs, and like God has our back. So focus on you and God, and have that inner peace within. It's going to make you glow, girl. See? Well, it is makeup, but you can see the glow, right? Yeah. So another thing is what's really important, and this is what I also wrote on this particular blog post. I said character, character, character. It's so important to have character, and by character I mean just be courteous, have good manners, leave the pride, and stop gossiping, and just be someone of integrity, someone of dignity. Working on your characters, obviously, it's not gonna, having a perfect character does not happen overnight, and nobody's perfect actually, but it helps to begin to work on it. Like, I have started working on my character, where I try to be more mindful of the things that I say to people, of how I make people feel. I try to always make people around me happy, because that also makes me happy. But removing the aspect of having a good character for other people, it just brings back, going back to that positive energy, man. It makes you a positive person, and you become happy as well. When you have you noticed how angry everyone is becoming? Like, people are just angry, and it's not a cute thing. Imagine having to be in a relationship with someone who's constantly nagging, angry, tired. No. Work on your character. Be someone that people can run to when there's trouble. Be someone that does not burn bridges when it's not necessary. Be someone that has love in their hearts. Like, be that person. Another thing is, so once you have gone on the journey of self-discovery, once you have started working on your character, once you've started being happy within and finding that inner peace, you can, in a healthy way, attract the right person for you. Now, how do you do that? Well, goes back to also finding yourself. When you know who you are, it's easier for someone else to be attracted to you, because they know who you are, so it's easier for them to find out who you are. But more importantly, being happy, as I mentioned, also being happy within is attractive. So that goes to my point of saying be attractive, um, take care of yourself, goes back to all the things that I mentioned about how to be a better version of yourself. Is so attractive just to be a better version of yourself. But the other thing is, it's so important to not be too picky as well. A lot of the times people are too picky and they say, oh, she's not my type or he's not my type. Doesn't really work all the time, because sometimes someone who's not your type, I mean, I'm talking about physically, may be good for you. You know how hamburger is really bad, but asparagus or celery is great for you, but isn't as great tasting as a hamburger. That's sort of like the same logic. So try to apply that logic to a given situation. It doesn't work all the time, but most of the time it does work, because you find that if you see the happily married couples, you'll see that, okay, yeah, well, if you ask them, sometimes some of them would actually tell you, well, my husband or my wife is not really my type, but they're good for me and they make me happy and they're good for my soul and for my spiritual healing. It's important that you find someone that is good for you inside. So try to look at that as well. And the other thing is, for the ladies, and I'm going to get really spiritual real quick. You know, in the Bible, the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22, that says, the first part of it says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Well, I read it and I was like, that should mean a lot, because being a wife is attributed to being a good thing. So a wife equals a good thing. So for you to be wifey material, you have to be good. So what is it about you that is good? Are you a good person? The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you treat people? Are you a good person? Think about it and work on that. For the guys, if you remember the late Miles Monroe, he spoke about Adam, and how before Eve was given to Adam, there were certain requirements that he had to meet. And he said, well, it's not really written that there were requirements, but this is his interpretation of how it all played out, because Adam was in Eden and he said that there's no geographical location of the Garden of Eden on earth. So Eden was the presence of God. So Adam had to be in the presence of God, right? Secondly, Adam had to work in Eden, right? He had to be responsible, he had to cultivate, he had to protect, and he had to know God's word before Eve was even given to him. So as a man, ask yourself, do you possess these attributes? Are you a protector? Do you know God's word? Are you even at all in the presence of God? Ask yourself these things, and if not, work on them. And I tell you, you will begin to attract good things, and you will actually, one of those good things that you may attract is a wife. So work on that and see. Comment as well and let's talk about it. Let's engage and let's see how we can work this out. Another thing is, you need to pray. You need to be prayerful about the kind of person. If, for example, you've got a potential mate that is attracted by you or you are attracted by, it's important to pray to God, to really help you understand whether this person is right for you. God is actually the person or the being that knows us better than we know ourselves. So even if you have gone through the journey of self-discovery, knowing yourself and all that, it's important for you to really get confirmation from God, because ultimately God has our best interests at heart. So get involved with God and get to really understand. Also ask him to make you a better person. Make you a better person for you to be in a healthier relationship. He really answers prayers, trust me. The bonus tip that I would also like to share is have some standards and be strict with those standards. So this is one thing that I did when I was single, before I got into courtship. I had this thing where I wouldn't let anybody into my space or into my home if they had not taken me out on like 5 dates at least. And yeah, to some it may seem like, oh, that's just lame, but for me it was like I really needed to do that, because I had this weakness where I would just believe any and every word that anyone would say, and especially those people that knew how to lie so well. So for me, I had to tell myself I need to get someone who's serious. So I had this thing where I wouldn't let anybody in my space at all if they had not taken me on 5 dates. And for me, it never happened that I actually had to be taken out on 5 dates initially before I met my husband, because the moment I would say these exact words of you have to take me out in 5 days before. The moment I make my standards known, they sort of like just drifted away, and that's how I knew, like, yeah, you ain't in it for the win. You're just in it for your other motives, and that really helped me. It protected me. It helped me maintain a little bit of dignity, a little bit of, it just makes you feel better. I know I'm saying a little bit of, but it really helps to maintain that dignity as a person, as a human being, and on my journey to being a wife and being a good person, and just, I just wanted to be that person, and it really helped to set those standards. It really, really helped. So that's what I have for you today. I mean, if you have questions, please do leave them in the comment section. I am more than willing to answer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and also share this content with others may that may find this information useful. Yeah, it's something that I'm quite passionate about. So I'll be sharing more and more content. I'll also be talking about courtship, dating, godly dating, all of that stuff. I am definitely here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and stay tuned for the next video.